we stay the same. I got way too many thoughts in my brain. I got memories that run through my veins. I'm not one to blame, but I could point out every way that you change. Some things stay up while others go right down the drain. And lately we've been going down in flames. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm moving on for good. At least my therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe it, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood. Oh, cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out. I've tried but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if I want to. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out. I've tried but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if I want to. Cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out. I've tried but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if I want to.
You can say I'm happy sad. I'ma miss the time that we never had. Wishing that you told me you were down bad. Hard to remember what we used to have. What we used to have, yeah. Oh, doesn't even matter, yeah. Oh, you're always trying to fight it, yeah. Oh, but the truth don't matter, yeah. Oh, I can see behind your eyes and you know me. I don't tell lies no more, no. How did you get into my homes? I don't miss the old days. I can see behind your eyes and you
Okay.
know me. I don't
Oh, here we are.
know, no. How did you get into
I'll have to keep an eye on my mouse charge. Because I didn't let it charge last night. Oops. Actually, I might see if I can play with my controller. That could be a solution. If I could play with my controller, I could just leave my mouse on charge. I didn't think of that. Won't know until I try. Oh, I can't play it with my controller. Cool. Problem solved. There you go. There we go. Oh, it's muted right now. Oh, I gotta make this text size fucking massive, because I can't read. Just 2 NyQuils and a melatonin, 5... That's a... That's a bit. That's a bit. Okay, so I do need my mouse real quick. Now I can put it back on the charger. It's just I wouldn't take that much. I'm not exactly a small guy. Oh, I need to get my mouse off screen. Damn it. Slight hiccup. There we go. Coughing up a lung. 5 grams of melatonin doesn't make me sleep most nights. Only if it's paired with other sleeping meds. That sounds like a problem. You wake on a beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you were nearly drowned. Well, that's fun. Water falls from your mouth as you gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, the only thing you remember is your own name, but not where you come from, not a single fact about your life. Oof. Well... yeah. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. More coughing. Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt to throw my voice. I'm already dyslexic, so I'm gonna just read it normal and go for as long as I can before words start becoming jumbled messes to me. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? Need a minute, or can I go on? Oh, you're gonna... The narrator's sassing me because I'm coughing up a lung. Dyslexia to be a bitch, yeah. There is... At some point, I do want to do, because I can't do them by myself. The Danganronpa games, if I could get, like, a bunch of people to collab it with me, I think that could be really fun. Or something like that. Because I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. So we're in some, like, weird time zone. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Wait, the ocean tells me that. The fuck? I thought it was Dead by Daylight, not fucking Call of Cthulhu. Whoa, not now, ocean. Sorry, Elk, may I continue? Please go on. Okay then, as I was. Cough, cough. As I was saying, you look down at your own feet, ankle deep in crystal blue water of the newly arrived wave. You look down. As the water recedes back to the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. It's a noggin. Decomposing face stares up at you beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming, well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easily. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? I'm brave. Let's dig up that face. You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. There's no body, just the head. As you pick it up, flakes of skin fall off to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue. Oh, hello. And pretty much. Rotting tongue. The gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of the dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. Wait. I like that. You're a take. No, that's just bad grammar. You're the taking charge type. Let me fix that for you. That's just bad grammar. I'm not dumb there. That's just bad grammar. Isn't that one of Rafe's symbols? You examine the gold coin bravely, happily distracted from what otherwise would have been an extremely confusing morning. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they are empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose, so you deposit it. Why, that's a nice coin you got there. What if you were to spend it right now? On what? No thanks. Look, I'm gonna level with you here. That coin you found, it's mine. I dropped it yesterday and I've been looking all over for it. I thought it was for a second too. I thought I was really just that dumb. No, that sentence is just that wrong. Okay. Okay. You dropped it into a dead person's mouth? Could you just give it back? No, I'm gonna spite you. Fuck you. No. Be that way then. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer in your current situation as you feel something soft bump in your foot. You look down at the volleyball sitting in the sand right there next to you. That or something of Spirit's. I think it's Rafe's. I think... No, because Spirit just uses, like, family heirlooms. Yeah, no, it's Rafe's. You stare down frozen, a voice calls out from behind you. A little help, please? You turn around when you see what's waiting for you. Your jaw about hits the ground. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out, penetrating you via your eyes. Are they all considered undead? Only one of them has died before, right? Or has Rafe died and I just don't know? I don't know their lore. Your heart begins to race, curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers, I don't know. Not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. I mean, one man has hooks all in his body. One person's cut to ribbons. One looks like he's got a fucking tree growing out of his head. And then you got Muscle Mommy. Like, so many competing feelings rush through your mind, and at once, you are completely paralyzed. Hello? Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All I could do is look down at the ball and back up at the monstrous lineup of literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do you do? Toss it back. You bend down, grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on a beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in the huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what might be held tightly in those strong arms warm, perhaps a little sweaty, but that's okay, it's natural. Try hard much? Ugh. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply, you're entranced. You snap out of it, you realize everyone's gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at the strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened, worried, excited? I refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody has much lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Elk. You were made for this. I'm sorry? Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all gonna work out. No good reason not to. You decide to head over and see what happens next. I die. Seems like you derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. Well, what if I wanted to play too? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My buttons aren't working. Why are my buttons not working? Did I fuck up? Derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. Okay, I use spacebar. For some reason, it changed the mouse and keyboard. It doesn't like the controller anymore. I don't know why. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's just best to go with Trapper. With what Trapper says when he says it. It's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Yeah, hey, why is he just covered in blood? Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, it's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than that silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? Fuck, I don't know. The ocean? You mean they're here to be more than just than to distract from total domination? Deep sigh. Sliss eye. That was Rafe. The sigh means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. So you're telling me he's got squirrel syndrome. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know if I can kill them or not. Got it. You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Wait. What? Hey Elk, you might want to know... You know, say something? Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. Okay? Be warned. Answer quickly and answer well. Oh shit, let me get the mouse. Alright, doesn't seem to be charging anyways. Fuck. This is a timed quiz, and it will be very important later. Oh, fuck me. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. Well, fuck you! How attractive would you say you are? Average. Fucking... Just another face in the crowd. Another normal, meaningless life in the endless cycle. Damn! I think you're very quite cute. So, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. Wait. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? Strength is the most useful. Super strength would be cool. Strength isn't all about muscles. True strength is up here. You expect Trapper to point to his head, but instead he points to his tracks. Oh, but oh no, he taps at his bulging shoulders. It's specifically these muscles. Nobody gives a shit about calves. Whoa. Not wrong. Calves. When you fully tone your calves, they look kind of ugly. What's your best subject in school? Math. Math is easy. It's the only thing that makes sense when you think about it. What's your favorite animal? What the hell is that? Just say dog. You'd look absolutely adorable in a puppy mask. Well, thank you. What's your favorite color? Crazy. What? Let's say blue. Blue. Blue isn't good for productivity. It makes people lazy. Ain't you wearing a shirt with blue? My dream job? Astronaut sounds cool out of these. Pretty amazing being an astronaut, I think. It's hard to imagine being further away from anyone. Floating in space, cold, inky, vastless nothingness forever. Best flavor of ice cream? Mint chip. Oh. Chocolate. My favorite flavor is pain. Same. Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, alright? The narrator gets it! The narrator's right. Hold on a second, it reminds me. I'm right, always. It's a lesson you should have learned before we get too much further. If you do what I say, if you want to survive, pick the mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator, you rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule of this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? I'm curious what happens if I pick something other than mint chip. Do I just get murked instantly? Let's see. Got a reading comprehension problem? I just told you mint chip is where it's at. You almost brought yourself to a game over there, buddy. That's right. I can end your life whenever I want to. I'm in control, so don't forget it. If I say midship, you like midship now. Try again. Tell me what's the flavor of ice cream. Sushi charts me. You have to understand it feels very good and somebody else's game. You should try it sometime. It actually kills you. No way. Oh my god. Oh shit, I gotta do that whole sequence again. That's funny though. I'm gonna just go all the way up to the quiz. Select on more on here. I always want to know, is like, kill them or not? No, you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. You have to, you know, say something and remind if it's soon enough. The group has questions for you. Be warned. It's a time quiz. It'll be very important later, or not very important, or blah, 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 blah. I can't remember. Attractive. I said average. Pretty face and crown is. I think you're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? Strength. Strength isn't all about the muscle. Strength is up here. Expect Tracker to point to his head, but instead he points to his shoulders. Specifically in these muscles, nobody gives a shit about your calves. What's your favorite subject in school? Math. Math makes most sense. One of my favorite is just easy. Favorite animal? Dog. Okay, absolutely adorable in a puppy mask. Favorite color? Blue. Blue isn't good for productivity. It makes people lazy. Dream job? Astronaut. Flavor? Chocolate. Pain. 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 Vanilla swirls with pain. Narrator says mint chip. Pick mint chip. Mint chip. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Okay. Now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group... You want to start getting to know the group. Sure. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on the whole island. Full of ourselves, are we? I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Ray. Damn. Damn. It's throwing shade at Wraith already. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. Nicest person and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. So, I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observation, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a careful, calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Okay. Jeez, it's like somebody's downright murdered by... She was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh no, wait. Remembering Spirit's story now? That's almost exactly what happened. Damn. Hi, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's a lot of fun to be had on the island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Crow up. Crow a body? What? How's that an argument? Explain this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just created a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes? Ew, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Lape. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht, a massive boat docked by the bit nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Rafe rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. The way it's flaunted needlessly and cruelly. What about hanging by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, and beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? It's perfectly good to lounge and chill out right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Okay. Where do you want to go? I guess volleyball. Hate to interrupt your game. You should finish it. Yeah, I love to play outdoors. I also love to meet new people. I also love to bring them home to play. Sort of a big kid at heart. Obviously, you are too. I like you already. I hate when people are too serious. They ruin everything. Well, they do if you don't handle them swiftly. Claudette's here? And I assume Dwight? Yep, that's Dwight. I only remember half the survivor names. Just a moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinator. There are also cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on this island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Ah, okay. Hence why we shall we'll refer to them as survivors with capital S. Okay. These two have worked here a long time, so very long I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they are vibrating with nervous energy, and it's starting to give me the creeps. We'll now escort the group to a venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our job. Okay. And the most you can do is help us get off this island. Dwight. Yes, pardon me. Please follow us. Hey, narrator. Yes. Something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape them? Oh, no. I think you're mistaken. Seemed like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh, right, yeah, that's true, he was. But he just meant he really wants to get to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south of here. It's much fancier, the accommodation, than the accommodations of this island. Okay. Just fucking cracked my neck like a glow stick. Oh, this feels so nice when you do it, though. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out, very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong now. Yeah. Now. Oh. That period, I feel, is in the wrong spot. This is where you belong now. Period. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. There you go. Just be like a human glow stick. It's time for an activity on this island. Your decisions matter mostly when I agree with them, not like that other island. So what'll it be? But didn't I just fucking choose this? Okay. Swallow flashlight, shake till flashlight turns on. There you go. That didn't sound healthy, but sounds fun. No, you just string that one potion from Skyrim. You just turn into a light. It's either that or that was a mod. That may have been a mod potion. Fun, either way. Wow, so exciting to have somebody else into athletics on this island. Spirit and Rape are so boring, and Trapper so predictable. Relying on brute strength to win games. He has no respect for grace and skill. Thank goodness you didn't choose the yacht. What kind of person wants to be a sitting duck in the middle of the open ocean? You're just asking to be sneak attacked from an elk. You're just asking. I don't sneak attack that often. Wondering how long it's been. Wonder how long it would take for her to bring up an elk attack. Wait. Well. Game's starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. She's really something, huh? Don't swim. Elk, don't swim. Live in the forest long enough and you'll see an elk swim. Believe me. Believe you me. Cheer for me, cute stuff. I'm cute. See? Killers resumed their place on the volleyball court and resumed their match they were playing before you arrived. Fancy lemonade, I see you working up a thirst, eyeing those bouncing buns playing volleyball. But it hands you lemonade, oh so fresh, so tart. She leans in and whispers in your ear. Who would you bet to win? Who's the MVP of your little heart? You're nervous, you don't want any of these killers to hear you talking about them or not talking about them. If you're into that sort of thing. I want strawberry lemonade now. There was, I like blueberry lemonade. I like blueberries, though. Just pick someone. Please, it's not like we got all day, night, week, month, year, lifetime, eternity, or anything. Who put Sans in this guy's short? Eesh. Well, I did. Okay, I think, Huntress. Shoot, Huntress overheard you. Aw, you've got enough for me. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm gonna do that real quick. Because I'm flattered that you think I'm good, but honestly, I'm a little annoyed that I've been so flashy with my moves. Usually, I'm so sneaky that you can barely see me at all. Huntress is totally kicking my butt. Correct answer. I'm allowed to support the other people on this island, right? Oh geez, I have no idea what the rules are here. Are there even rules? I should have stayed in my secret, Larry? What? Secret Larry? What? Guy has a lair? Wow, what a game. Tie. What? How do you tie in volleyball? Excuse me? Can there even be a tie in volleyball? No one knows since everyone's first time playing. Got it. These killers don't usually have time for team sports amid their busy schedule of brutally tearing survivors to shreds. Hey, is Claudette crying? Are you okay, Claudette? Probably just shedding a tear for her lost fellow survivors. You know the resort had 4 employees when it opened. They're slugging for Hatch. It's nothing, I'm totally fine. Whatever you say, boss. Oh look, the killers have dispersed and are all cooling down in their own way. Spirit is reading a novel. Trapper is stretching sensibly between chainsaw curls. What the fuck? Rafe is standing on the beach, desperately hoping that the sand will swallow him up. And Huntress is doing some target practice with her bloodied hatchet. You feel a nudge. Dwight is looking at you expectantly. You should really make a move. Life is short. You could get snuffed out any time of the day. Carpe diem. Now, go ahead and shout one of them. What? Go ahead, chat one of them up. So which killer has caught your eye? We are going to start with Huntress. You head over to Huntress. After all, the whole sporty hangout thing was her idea. Might as well see how she's doing. You're really great out there. Where'd you learn to move like that? Whose moves? My moves? These moves? They're nothing. Huntress blushes a bit from beneath her mask. It's cute on cute, if you ask me. Sometimes you gotta look past the bloodstains. I'm gonna say that's difficult. A lot of men have ran for their lives in my presence. You really learn a lot about what the human body is capable of in those types of scenarios. Love to exercise in a way. We're all running for our lives when we keep in shape. Guess I never thought of fitness that way. Maybe it's time to start. You never know who's coming for you. Through the bush, fast as they can, propelled forward by hunger, desperation, or just plain old boredom. Okay. Doesn't seem like boredom is going to be your problem, surrounded by all of these characters. Survival, on the other hand, you're going to need to compensate for your lack of killer instinct. What's your style? Say grit? May not be strong, but I'm tough. You know what I mean? Like Chewie? She did not seem to know what you mean. Like ready for anything to do whatever it takes to survive. Oh sure, like hold an enemy's head down in the river until the shouting stops. What the fuck? And the rushing water takes his life away with it. Maybe not anything, but I'm ready for a lot of things. Get ready to impress because we're just getting started. Okay. Come on everyone, the fun and games can't be over yet. I get it. Volleyball, not ruthless enough. Look at us, we crave action, we crave excitement, we crave the Thrill of the hunt. I don't like where this is heading already. It's time to see if our friend has the hunter's instinct. I saw you surveying me like prey at the volleyball court, Elk. Well... Huntress waves a bloodied axe in the air and steps back nervously before you realize she's not waving it at you. She's handing it to you. Oh, okay. Don't worry, I got several of these. It's important to hone your skill, especially when you're in a new place where threats may lurk around every corner. You need to make sure that you are the biggest threat of all. Just don't aim those things at me. You can't see me? I'm sorry? Okay, so I'm learning a mini game. Okay, mini games consist of 2 parts. On top, a pointer which rotates the clockwise direction. Okay. And the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. Sometimes the target is immediately visible, sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. Press the spacebar to stop the pointer over the target you win. Fail to land on the target, you will lose. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target area, not the end. Ready to play, or would you like me to repeat that? I think I get it. Ready. Away we go. Show them what you got. Okay. Oh! You missed completely. Got it. There we go. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, why is it so fast? Perfect. God damn it. I got it. Not bad. I'm impressed. We're the opponent. So I missed one and perfected all but the last one. So I missed 2 perfects. It couldn't have been much better. I only missed 1. I need to go get food, so BRB. Okay. I mean, it could have been better, but who's keeping score? For the record, I am. You got 7 points. That's not bad. Hatchet throwing, cool, I guess. I like my stabbing to be a bit more close and personal. Somewhere loud horn blows and the survivors snap into action. Time's up. You heard them? Go to the next activity. Get to the next activity. Seems like the next activity is mealtime. How quaint. You're expecting what? Capture the flag? Yeah. Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. Fair. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall, huge banquet table? This isn't some prestigious fantasy epic you like to find on cable. Yeah. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there seems to be limited seating. There's a very limited seating directly around you. And oh, great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Okay. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Oh yeah, Trickster's here, surprised. Yeah. Well, they don't call him... I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers. And my whole shtick is to get a little flustered. Okay. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit in the table if they sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone at the screen at all the time. You probably think this was an error, but it's not. It's completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay. Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends. Now everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully, both love and haste, over a 12-hour spit. We all hope you enjoy. We really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Just meat. Mystery meat. Seasons with because these were the guys that made the Colonel Sanders dating sim. That's right. My face. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Fuck off, tree hugger. Which you know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you going to get? Who are you to get judgy now? The sass. I'm just sharing facts. You need to know murder is something to eat. It's meat. So that's technically true. Technically true. It's the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Hey, Elk, you thinking what I'm thinking? Probably not. It's going to be a person on the spit or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. I did not think that. Not fucking at all. I haven't seen very many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know. When you look closely at the spit, you perhaps a fabric sandwich between the layers of meat. Think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up his delectable meal. He's right for a change, because I am I am with my broad axe. It's perfect tool for easy chopping of anything. First, who says... I don't even know that word. Sometimes I swear it's like we're from completely different historical eras. This is probably true. Second, I'll handle it with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, clean, and at least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. You two are ridiculous. Bicep swinging contest enough. Grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obviously, it's shattered. The hell it is. I'll show you both my katana. Both of you my katana. Send you to actual hell if you like. Please stop. I hate it when we fight or talk or even when we look at each other in the eyes. I can do it. I have a Azeroth. You brought a blunt in. Whatever. Great. Instead of slicing it, you club it into a second death. Hey, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean dinner. It's Felix! Oh no, otherwise it's gone for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued about the most effective weapons for 72 hours. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they'll take even longer cleaning their weapons, all while explaining the value of maintaining your tools. In spite of being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason, they're always terrified of tinnitus. Or tetanus. My bad. I'm dumb. Hey, why don't you let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated when it caught cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Mini games. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes target is immediately. Yeah. Ready. Perfect. 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 Missed. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. They're basically meant to be used as axes, so they're pretty clumsy, I would say. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds especially coming from the mask killers while we eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food behind them, are nasty. Spirit meanwhile doesn't eat. She's the only one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones that have been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just try to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? Two best things about being dead is not having to eat. What's the other? That's only one thing. Think about it. Number two is one less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed I'm mostly a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in spectral form. Yes. Do you see how deep the cut of my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. Yup! But even worse, they're staring at you, you're not eating, they don't like that. I think they want an explanation. What do you want to tell them? Seagull! And run away. Have you ever seen a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyways, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Correct. Kidding. That's pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on the island with no memory of how you got here? Correct. Tit, poor thing. You have no idea the last time you had a real meal, and you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull! Uh-oh. He just made a lot of good points. Swear! You're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive. Either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer is, you're clearly about to pass out. Hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide, the narrator to the narrator, the ocean. Not sure how I feel about the characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. Well, damn. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. Okay. No one can tell you. Not unless you follow the right path. Or at least a right path. Meaning the multiple. There are too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over or having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself, but the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague, mysterious, I gotta give it up to this ocean character. It's got some quite quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now, and some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make choices that I like. Find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try to care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I started. Oh, damn. Which would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy, living person around. Usually, I'm just falling into the same old routine and smashing everybody's heads open with a hatchet. Before I really get to know who they are as a person. But you, I'm not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain to see me for me. You feel nervous in her arms, not just because maybe they're crushing you a little bit, but because she's beautiful. Yes, beautiful, but I was just about to narrate the fact that, say it out loud as a single word. It's a single word, like some creep. Beautiful mask. Your bunny mask is quite gorgeous. A nice recovery, but now you're awake and talking. You gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Actually, yes. You seem quirky and cool. Also random. I'm gonna... you could do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Oh. This is still me saying it. Okay. You seem quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store. Be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can practically see the memories flickering across her eyes, but she hasn't tried to kill you yet. So that's a good sign. Well, it's all I was ever taught to do since I was a young girl, so I thought it was right. Even through the mask, you can see Huntress is blushing a bit. It seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much dinner. Want a snack? I don't know if I want any food on this fucking island. She offers you some jerky, probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point because it smells pretty damn good. Yes, except when on Murder's Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry, and you could chow down on some jerky essential right now. I'd love some. After a moment of quiet chewing, you choose to believe it's not human thigh meat. You decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever had a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there? You should not play around. Huntress takes a moment, thinks deeply before answering the question. I must say, quite assuming to ask a hulking bombshell to set up with these personal questions. Kudos to you, Elk. What's that one? Dead. There was that one deer that looked at me quite provocatively in the clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggles bubble from behind the Huntress's mask. You're so cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Oh, what's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. A hair clip, probably left behind by a little girl who's playing on the beach long ago, who's definitely still alive and not at all dead. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with her hair clip. Seems like she's pretty mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Should you go with the flow or show off some of your knowledge of advanced humaning? You silly goose. You chuckle before reaching the bag of jerky. Take the tray off the collect the Huntress' lack of hair and clamping it to her. Swoop, much better. Huntress is so happy you taught her something new about human trinkets. She touches the clip of her hair with a shy smile. Just as things are heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you. You quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Death. Only to find Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which are waving in the air above their heads. It is very important to stick to the itinerary. Fuck your itinerary. And attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute points was not part of the evening's activities. That were strictly slotted in after the campfire story. At this rate, we'll be late. Ugh! Well. Playing sick? No, I was... No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. What? We're going to the campfire. Once everyone's gathered around the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. Fuck your schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities, and we'll only have time for one person to share a special spooky nighttime story. Just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us only one person gets to share. Who will decide? Oh great, we have to decide as a group. This never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I will merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry everyone, I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing worked. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before, even though it's taking some of the pressure off me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald. Fuck's Donald. I tried to flex authority gimmick once. Try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me. I'll snap your head off so quick, then I'll drown. Then I'll drown you in his blood. Oh, Claudette and Dwight! Fuck. Fuss and Muss are back on. You two know I love to hack and slash and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows? Call me nobody. But we still gotta get started on story time, so who do you think should go first? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody quickly. Tropical Vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. Have you seen the fucking people here? It's going to be a bloodbath. I choose Huntress. Whoa, whoa, there's an entire experience. Oh, fuck off. I realized what it was. I realized what it said. Careful with the cafeterias, will ya? Huntress steps up to tell her story by the campfire, flickers in her faraway eyes. There's a village deep and ominous. There's a village outside the deep and ominous redwood. No child dared step foot past the threshold of the thick trees and brush, separated safely from the unknown. Grown men have ventured in often and would never return, and the sounds that echoed out of the village were something inhuman. The woman of the town told the story of young children, hoping that it would be enough to dissuade them from the curious exploration beyond the boundaries of the village. They told of a creature that lurks in the woods, half woman, half beast, singing like a siren. Haunting, beautiful, her voice, a lost relic of her humanity. It lulls all who hear it into her domain, and not a precocious child nor fierce soldier can escape once you are in her clutches. Those who've seen her say she wears a mask of a hair stained with the blood of so many poor souls. The hatchet she wields has been brought down brutally on the skull of many unsuspecting hunter. The nightmare doesn't end, for what the hungry beast is to do with the frigid winters. Nothing but hunter meat to live off of. It is said that the huntress, as the villagers called her, couldn't bring herself to kill young girls she came across in the forest. Instead, they'd suffer an even worse fate. Longing for a child of her own, she would bring them back to her secluded cabin and keep them safe. She would wrap them in tight cord of rope around their necks, affix them to the wall that way they would be warm, that way they would be out of harm's way. The huntress would never even bring the girls presents. Toys she pilfered from other bodies, masks she fashioned out of things from the cottage, little dolls made from grass and twigs, but these toys were nothing to quell the children's fear. Within days, the girls would waste away from starvation and dehydration. For all her good intentions, the huntress had never learned how to care for a human child. You see a tear creep down from under the hunter's mask. Suddenly, the most beautiful singing voice you ever heard fills the air. Singing, sleep, my darlings, my darling tiny one, tucked in your bed so tight, else the old gray wolf will come and grab you by your side. For a brief moment of silence, and you feel the need to contribute to this stirring moment. Join the singing? To snatch you up between his teeth, if on the bed's edge you sleep, and drag you to the forest deep, beneath the quaking trees. Huntress can't believe you know the song. Share an intimate glare across the campfire. So close your eyes and fall asleep. Count the little woolly sheep. Tuck so tightly you must keep, or he will come for you. He will come. Okay. I feel like they made that up on a whim because that doesn't rhyme quite right. That doesn't flow right. Or it doesn't feel right. Song ends, you know both as you are both met with silence around the campfire. I love that song. Babushka. What? The old Soviet lullaby, right? It's a song my mother used to sing to me before bed every night. But now I must go. The memories there so much. On that note, everyone decides it is time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves, you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts long for all the 7 seconds because the trickster shows up and he is blaring his latest song, which is just a bunch of fucking screaming, I'm sure. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day. But I want to hear something from... You want to hear something from a big fish like me, something special. Those in charge of the island won't want you to hear. The ultimate catch on this island. I'm a lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me. You're a bit confused about what to make of these cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Huntress approaches you. Of course, you like my story, who wouldn't? It had everything: cute kids, dead men, and a huntress. I find that all stories are better with the sound of a burning fire filling the air around you. All the smoke, however, I could do without. I'd rather eat barbecue than smell like it. Let's rinse off all that campfire with a dip in the hot tub, shall we? I don't understand what you want from me. The ocean wants me to do shit. I gotta stretch. I should have worked out a little longer this morning. Everything's stiff. Okay. That's better. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip, plus it's... If some jealous shark comes along and he manages to jump from the ocean to the pool, you're pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Before you run off, I wanted to make something clear. You know, the half-one beast thing about my story? That's me. I'm her. No way, how cool. That's really awesome. Thanks for being vulnerable and telling such a personal story. Huntress's foe shyly. Oh, she's pretending to be shy and twirling her hair. Got it. Tell you the truth, what did you think of my tale? Do I have the makings of a best-selling author? Such as the comedic mastermind of... I know that name and I can't pronounce it. It's like... I know some of his plays. Just... I can't think. I can't think of some... Just coffee? Just fuck it, it's Russian. It was a really well-told narrative, clearly beginning, middle, and end, riveted from start, plus the woman in force. I mean, you are clearly not a true villain, you were just a traumatized child. Okay, now you're being a suck-up. But based on the story, it's true. Or are you talking about the riveting beginning, middle, and end? Because that is being a suck-up and kiss ass. Huntress's eyes lure at you from behind a mask. She had her time in the spotlight and is playing coy now. Chuckled awkwardly. Chuckled awkwardly at the Huntress's statement of the obvious. Are you laughing? I can't help it but giggle when I'm both about to die and also falling in love. Can't believe how awkward this intimidating woman seems right now. It's actually pretty endearing. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly despite your steamy company. It's a little chilly and your bare shoulders might be freezing. Let's head back to the fire. Put me to bed, huh? We hate to intrude on whatever smooth moves we're about to unveil themselves. None. But it's time for bed. Usually nighttime is when I do my best hunting. But after a day like today, I'm pretty tuckered out. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Elk. Only if I don't see you first. You make a cute little bow hunting motion. The huntress catches your imaginary arrow. You shot in her teeth and then bites down hard, snapping it in half. At least you think that's what she's doing. It's kinda hard to tell. Good night, my little snack. I don't want to be your snack. You eat people, apparently. Not sure if that was a reference to eating you. Yeah, well. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on a chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about the huntress's story. Half human, half human beast. Abducted all those innocent children in an attempt to save them. That led them to their doom. Are you a mistaken prisoner here on this island? Is this your salvation, or will it be your demise? Before you can dwell on too much, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see them smile like that lit by the firelight. We must must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand you a repeller on blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease. Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you want to rob of their beauty sleep. Okay, another minigame. Okay. I understand how to minigame. Oh, I need you to repeat these ones. These ones have more rules. Yeah, no. There's some new rules now. Please repeat the instructions. My pleasure. Mini games consist of 2 parts. Top pointer, which rotates clockwise in any direction. Bottom target. You're going to be pointing at. This here. Upcoming mini games will... Minigame is a special minigame. Perfect for less coordinated because there's no winning or losing. Okay. Well, not technically. More... Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. I suppose if it doesn't stop where you want it to, bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Okay, you ready? Or you want me to repeat that? Okay. Ready. Anyway, here we go. Relax at the fire. You examine it and you decide to adjust the dial, fix... Oh, so, okay. Let's see what's on the station. Ah! Let's see what's on this station. I'm gonna see what they all are. That's clown. I could pick some of these. I couldn't tell the last 2 though. That's definitely clown though.
Now join me on a... Alright, let's talk about our community. For us, it means 2 major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and every...
That's Legion. Okay, we're just gonna turn it off. Okay. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with. Summoned by the fire. Gonna continue, Huntress. Huntress, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Huntress appears in an instant. You didn't hear her coming. She's more than happy to tell you her secret for falling asleep. She's feeling restless. If the Soviet lullaby doesn't work, this special mushroom tea has always done a trick. When I'm not coating my blade of my hatchet in it, it's easy to... in it to ease the passing of my victims, I'm steeping it in a piping hot mug of water. Try it. You do. Finally, you start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really sleepy spilling. You feel paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. Dark voice from earlier speaks again. It shouldn't still be as spooky, but by now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. But this one is undeniably odd. Really working up a sweat watching those killers toss a ball around, huh? Would it have hurt to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? I'm just saying, I'm out here, you know. Awake suddenly, somebody looming over you. When you wake, you find Spirit sitting beside you reading a worn paperback. Hey, what? Shh. Clearly, she noticed that you're awake, but she hasn't actually looked at you. Seems like she's pretty focused on that book. Seems like forever. Or staring at the page, finally shutting the book and setting it down. Oh, you're awake. You had me wait for you to finish your page. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. I'll tell you of Huntress right before bedtime. I wouldn't tell you how to live your life, but if you ask me, you could do a lot better. It's completely by accident I even saw them over here. It's not like I was looking out for you or anything. This is simply was the best reading light, and the text of my book is very, very fine print, so it's tough to read in the dark. Don't get the wrong idea. You and I are obviously mind our own business types, not the funny look out for each other as an excuse just for being nosy types. But, well, since you're here and I'm here, maybe we got other things in common. Who knows? Okay. We spent a little more time together tomorrow. We might find that, I don't know, we might get along. And by get along, I mean exist simply, comfortably, without feeling any burning desire to assassinate each other. You know, that's a very specific emotion. Or not, whatever. Whatever. Bye. Oh, sweet dreams to you too, I guess. Finally alone for real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep. Hopefully you're not poisoned. You're poisoned. Wait a second, where are we? Oh jeez, it's one of those confessional rooms. I think today really went well. These were some of the first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in, or ultimately perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting on today. I'm counting today as a win no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do. Okay. Attractive, mysterious. I really don't know what many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to watch trails off myself. Whoa. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down so easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill. And Trapper. Oof, where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer meat, raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about the newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. If I'm being honest, I want to kill just about every person I meet within a minute of killing them, even a few people I tolerate. stuff for a long time before I kill them. But this person, for some reason, I would like them to continue living for now. One false step, and, well, you know, everyone calls me Trapper for a reason. And they better call me Trapper. I swear, if I watch this later, and you list me as Evan, I'm going to kill this Chiron guy. I'm not really sure how I feel about Elk. On one hand, everyone I've ever cared about has met an awful fate. It's pretty good for Elk, but if they just keep ignoring me. On the other hand, there's something about them that it could work out for my plan, or for me. You know, I think I learned a lot about myself today. I always thought I was doomed to be alone for eternity. Only my creeping desire for revenge has kept me company. Now I know it. That's depressing. Your eyes open, the sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great. Totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact you fell asleep by a campfire and woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? Nope, not a dream. You really are here for another day? Why, I have no idea. You oblivious weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. They make it a sexy beach, no? Talk about sexy. Here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start an incredible day off right. It's poisoned. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. No. That's a fucking lie. I also want to wish you luck on today. It's an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I'm just swamped with engagements especially on this island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now's the... Nope, he left. At least he brought a cup of... Wait, don't drink that. Hell is it? They don't call him Trickster for nothing. Trickster can sit on a skateboard. He definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks. And he definitely didn't have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee, and I don't want anyone casually poisoning you, imprisoning you, and torturing you yet. The yet is concerning. Jump to Paradise side place you get. I don't know if I have a 10 out of 10 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. You two. Not an internal prison of pain. And please make sure you leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you, so we can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, unreliable narrator physically knock the coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I will dominate the land and into the sea. Actually, speaking... Graves. I would like to say something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even this place is an eternal prison of pain. I'm not saying it is. Even the place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Thumbs up review if crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, the ocean's right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of doubt when constructing these elaborate simulations. I mean vacations. It's not easy to do. Sometimes there's a small bug or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection's overrated, the universe is filled with mysteries. We don't celebrate those who venture and bare their souls, part of the creative process, with the ultimate intent of making things more enjoyable and not be overly critical to them. You two are trying to sell me on this place actually being good. You don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from a poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course, apologies out. Last few minutes aside, you have been enjoying your time here on this island. That just dawned on me. I read the last one. Yeah, I'm not suspicious. There's no option. Yes, it's been really entertaining. What else could describe? That's really entertaining. Wow, 10 stars, here we come. Can someone remind me to skip this section next time? I can do that. Nope. Fuck. We do need to ask you one more question, though. Sign away all of our rights to say anything negative about it. Would you please sign this Whatever. Yes, I hereby accept stating that I'll never say anything negative about my stay here on this island. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. Yes, yes. Still really cool if you have constructive feedback. This place. Positive review, because we all know nobody reads negative reviews of games or resorts like this. Anyways, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance. And with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that only means one thing: breakfast. Should've got more water. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy bellies with pancakes, bacon, and so much of maintaining those beach balls. We're like half naked on tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? Yogurt, magic powers, will get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take a plate, sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day, on a beautiful and mysterious island. It looks like you're not the only one doing the introception, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, it wasn't. I wasn't. I'll be honest, I didn't expect you to survive yesterday, so congrats, I guess. Whether you survive today is 50-50 at best. Good luck. Well, fuck me. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your... Nope. A hunter steps up to talk about her feelings. I feel stirring inside of my animal heart. Something I've never felt before. It's almost like the feeling right before I go for a kill, but softer, warmer. Sounds like it could be love, or maybe just indigestion for all that raw beef she had last night. Ah, well, surely must be. Nope, no one else would weirdly stand up for breakfast. No. And just like that, here comes Spirit. Looks especially well rested this morning. Not because I slept well, you know I'm much too dedicated to finding revenge to sleep again. But because you really left me alone yesterday, not being a constant annoyed self, thank you for that. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to quietly resenting being trapped here with you while looking cute doing so. So I'm going to pester you today to piss you off. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. Perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. I'm glad the introduction of Elk for Island Paradise. And yeah, there was quotations there. It didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you, vice versa. This place is an eternal prison of suspicion, belief, suffering, and no one cares. I'm still the only one here asking any questions. I'm asking questions too, like when the hell will Rick shut up? And now they're all looking expectantly. Wait, you're supposed to stand up and explain how to... I think I need time to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep on wanting more. You're getting good at this game, or sexy true life experience. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. I really did need to get more water. I knew I was going to be reading a lot. My throat's sandpaper right now. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub, by yourself, clear your head. Yesterday was in a lot. But before you get there, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing, me? Like, yeah, I guess. That is okay, right? No, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of your 4 fine killers, but it feels like I'm the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much, as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your fucking mind, seeing how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. No, stick it in there. A little more, a little... Oh yeah, that's it, yes. How does it feel? Intense? Nice. Feels right. This is uncomfortable. Now I know you can take it and put it in there. Just like that. Exactly like that. Afraid to look. Please say something. Bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotions. Quite as panting Claudette is crazy look in her eyes. I didn't even know anyone else was here, and well, I could hear you. Well, you know. What do you think we were doing? We were doing... I don't know exactly what you're doing, but it sounded like fun. You think 2 people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day. We spend it hoping we can stab each other just the right spot so we don't get resurrected. I've come to believe the key is finding exact place where you need to find to bleed out from, and I believe that place is our appendix. Why else would why else would it be there? Sense to me, sure. You don't have to laugh so hard to get it. My life is a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Oh, lover boy, I noted all of our entry wounds, and our 5 minutes is up anyways. Block Elk, you're gonna need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. Alright, shut up. I like it. Anyways, where were we? Oh, yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was in short a lot. Today is exhausting. But you're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit. Just soaking up the sun in a heated pool. Today, you're on a date with you. Oh, I like that. I wanted to go on a date with me. Who would make the first move? Aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to be planned about shadow blocks. Still shadow blocks. Spiky tick. Like the spiky palm tree bending over to screw. But it's not a tree at all. It's this clown. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everybody's just getting up, announcing how they're feeling. What's that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the group. I don't like it. Fishy, kinda lazy. Whatever though, breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. So almost never. Yeah, I do intermittent fastings. Maybe you could see them in my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out, if you can play your cards right. I could give you a private show. Catch you around. So are pretty amazing, but you gotta give them that. And the blow-up bat, threatening but adorable, makes an interesting silhouette and genius design. He's a psychopath just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything, and we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Fuck you. I want to do what I want. Okay, now that that guy is gone, we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely going to abide by. It's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Ah, yes, Huntress, that makes sense. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place that's quiet and out of the way. No one will be able to hunt us, or I mean hear us. Doesn't that sound intriguing? Ugh. But immediately, a flood of worry floods your brain. Should you pack a picnic, bring a swimsuit, a pocket knife? You decide to bring as much as you can, and you may have to make a run for it at some point. You should be prepared. Nothing for your clothes on your back, so you've got nothing to gather. Are you really ready for this? I mean, they call her the Huntress, not the Hugstress. You look at the towering goddess, trying to form a sentence, and suddenly, before you can decide if you want to go off with her, the trapper interjects. I demand you reconsider. Why settle for a bunny with a hatchet when you can have everything you've ever wanted? Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today. You also don't want to be hacked into pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers, but you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then die horribly, withering death after drinking it because lemons were poisoned all along. How the fuck do you poison lemons? Sorry, this is an island. This island has really got me tilted. So who will it be? Huntress. I think I'll only be able to do some more keep reading for only so much longer. You and the Huntress make your way to your secluded beach house. Your heart thrums in your chest. Don't look up. Don't look it up. Thrums is a real word, I swear. Got it. All these nerves of excitement or terror. Isn't it fun to mix sexy with and the horrifying? Huntress is quiet as a mouse as she guides you through the island forest. You struggle to keep up with her. She moves like a jungle cat, all muscles and silent leaps across thorny brush. She halts suddenly and you crash into her, having been desperately trying to keep up. You follow her gaze, you realize you arrived at the cabin in the woods. Obligatory, nearly all horror films and stories. And you've come here willingly with a fearsome killer. Great job. The cabin is cozy, but something seems off about it. You can't quite put your finger on it. What is it? What it is. Huntress stares at you though. Huntress stares at you through her bunny mask, cocking her head to the side as if trying to gauge a reaction to her hideaway. Are you gonna invite me inside? Why do you need an invitation? Are you a vampire? Maybe. No. Oh. Is it just me, or did Huntress seem a little disappointment? Didn't peg her for a lover of the Fang, but hey, I don't judge. Come in, let's explore. Vampire could be interesting indeed in Dead by Daylight. You follow her inside. It's creepy, rickety, and definitely not up to code. But it has a certain homey charm about it. You're quite the decorator. She blushes, indeed she is. A chandelier made of bone hangs delicately from the foyer. Yeah. Foyer ceiling and a collection of trinket lines the mantles. All sorts of trinkets. Something tells you that people who once owned this house's these things are not of this mortal coil anymore. Could you be Huntress's next victim? Possibly. The thought gives you a wicked thrill. Hey, she's looking at you again. What do you think of my collection? So much. That's how that comes out? Okay. Huntress lights up at being called a hoarder. Got it. Cool. Fucking wild. Okay. Huntress lights up. She's excited that you know what all of these random things are called. Okay, so she's just curious. I so very badly want to know why humans carry around so many peculiar accompaniments. What? It is a bit much, which means I've got plenty to share. Here, take this. It's a key. She gives you one of her precious objects. We're not going to talk about why she doesn't know what the fuck a key is, but does know what the word. I don't know that word. Okay, moving on then. I can't wait to go treasure hunting with you. We could find so many goodies on this island. But first, what do you think of the other killers on this island? I mean, Trickster's pretty out there, but everyone else seems like they have their own interesting backstories and whatnot. A little gossip. What are you playing at? Huntress considers this for a B. She seems to have two modes, thoughtful and explosive. You hope to never be in the splash zone of the explosive part. Why are you jealous? Before you can answer, the house begins to shake. Huntress loses her balance on the termite-infested floors and falls into your arms. You are not mad about it, but you have time to enjoy taking this moment in. Oh no, it's an attack. A horde of killer crabs invades through the crevices of her poorly constructed cabin. They race around the Huntress in swarms, clicking razor-sharp claws at you. Assess quickly, what do you do? What the fuck is that? I actually have to look that up because I have no idea what the fuck that is. What the fuck is it? Whatever the hell that is. Shashvishka? Oh, it's a saber. Quickly watch out and grab the shashishka off the wall. Being a highly educated person that you definitely are, you know how to use it. Shashishka is the Russian sword, not an umbrella or a canicle or something else like that. Back to back Huntress, you both hack away at the attacking crustaceans. You manage to slay the majority of the killer crabs. The ones you miss scurrying away back into their hidey holes. Huntress turns around and gazes with passionate intrigue. However, before it bubbles over, she looks away, suppressing this feeling. Is she nervous? Huntress sits down on the wicker couch, that's not comfortable, and begins cleaning the guts off her hatchet. It's an obligatory scene for every killer. You're just happy to not be the source of what she's wiping off. Looks like we're having crab for dinner. She doesn't smile at your joke. She ponders and looks on her face again. Join her on the couch. Man, sometimes those near-death experiences really get me thinking about what I want in life. I think I'd really like to start a family one day. How about you? I think that's literally everybody's answer. Maybe one day if the right person. I mean, it's a life-changing decision. You have to make sure it's right. Hunter smiles coyly. Good answer. You never know what kind of weirdos there are out there. What were you like as a kid? Try to imagine this giantess as a meek child in a puffer coat. Wandering about the forest. Hunter's chuckles, laugh, quiet and cute and soft. I was so innocent. We hunted, survived, then went back to the cottage, and my mother would tell me stories and we would drink tea. And imagine life far away from the woods, somewhere like this. I suppose I finally achieved what she always wanted from me. But since coming here, something feels off. It's beautiful and warm, and everyone's so attractive like this. Thirst traps galore. But don't you get that feeling that something is coming for us? Oh no, she's on to you. What? I'm asking dumb questions. What do you mean she's on to me? But onto you about what? Swirling memories rush through your head. Nightmares, vision, dark cloud, Claudette's vacant stare. Claudette and Dwight's vacant stares that belie some sort of hypnosis. Quick validator theory or try to push it off. Totally. I think you're onto something. What do you know? How long have you been here? Do you remember anything at all about why we might be here? I've been having dreams, seeing things. I think we're all serving some greater purpose here. Huntress relieves a strange object that she stole from nearby the stage where Trickster performed. It has some strange symbol on it. Truthfully, it doesn't seem that strange to you. It's a glass bottle. However, the label is interesting. She hands it to you before she can explain her theory. Claudette and Dwight burst in to interrupt. Traumatic announcement. But it needs to happen back at the beach. Fuck your beach! You arrive at the beach and you realize you were set up. There's no big announcement after all. What we have here is some good old-fashioned rivalry. It's true, exactly like the voice that we can't hear and certainly aren't referencing says. We are forced to interrupt your lovely date with another killer. They are here and ready to make you an offer of love you won't be able to deny. Trapper emerges from the water in slow motion. Pure thirst. It's Paul Newman on horseback. Denzel on the cover of GQ. Manly and manliness brought to life. Also, he was holding his breath underwater the whole time, waiting for his cue. That's commitment. Heard you spent all day in a quaint cottage. That's cute. How about a quaint mansion? Or better yet, how about one on each continent? Yeah, I'm including Antarctica. I'm really, really rich. Think how cozy we could be under a snowy 10-bedroom chateau. One of these pools, half indoor, half outdoor. Be a nice warm, but nice and warm throughout. The way you can kill a mama polar bear from the outside while watching her cubs cry over her body from the inside. Now, Trapper is the real deal, and by real I do mean really, and by deal I mean evil. Plus, do you really want to hunt for your food for the rest of your life? With me, you get both ways. Savagery and someone to clean up after you. Sounds nice, huh? If I say this, does he just gut me? That life isn't for me, bro. Very impressed you can speak with implied quotation marks. Very cool. This guy's called Dushnell. Try hard much. He likes to turn off the Century Pacific Northwest television of the Wall Street, bro. Trust me, it tracks. Okay. Patrick Bateman with a huge chip off his shoulder. You wouldn't go with him if he were brandishing a cleaver at you. Oh shit, he is. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm into quieter lifestyles. I relish my independence and don't need someone to wipe my butt for me. You run back to the huge arms of the Huntress. She hugs you tight, so tight you can feel life leave your body just for a moment, but it hurts so good. You know what? I'm impressed you stood up to me. I appreciate someone giving me their total honest opinion, even if that opinion makes me want to carve out your liver. And the butt wiping comment, that's not what I meant by clean up after you, but I am hiring someone to do that for me the moment I get home. What the fuck? Trapper leaves, and you turn to Huntress, walking in slow motion back into the water. It's pretty weird. Is he just gonna stay in there all night? Possibly. Shall we continue our date? Huntress leads you back to the cabin. So the force fucking shifts, apparently. Because I got lost. Can you believe that guy? Classic Trapper pulling a move like that. I'm so glad you chose me, though. Don't think we've explored all there is between us yet. She winks, bunny masked eye, scoops. Winks a bunny masked eye and scoops you up onto her back. Huntress runs through the woods with you piggyback riding. The wind ruffles her hair. Animal clears the path. The mighty woodswoman, as she races by like the lead from that famous teen vampire drama scene where he calls her a spider monkey. Huntress doesn't call you that. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Eventually, she gently lowers you onto the ground. You take in the surroundings. A wooded clearing of the forest. Huntress prances about like a deer in a meadow. I like to come here sometimes to clear my head and hack up a few cute woodland creatures. Foxes are my favorite to slaughter. They think they're so cute and sly, but I see right through them. They're just assholes. Great with hot sauce. Huntress hears rustling and darts off to find the source, crouching down low like an animal. Now you're alone in the middle of the forest. Which way did you come from again? No idea. Your sense of direction is all off. The mellifluous voice floats through the air, landing upon your ears. Is like syrupy honey. Come and find me. I'm not gonna find shit. Fucking excuse me? Oh, okay, minigame. Is this the one that's like, if I fuck up, I fuck up? Okay. Now I'm ready. Oh, hits! Okay. Not bad. Oh, God. I'm not gonna get perfect on any of these. These are way hard. Oh, that's dizzying. Holy shit. I got that still. Oh, fuck me. I'm not gonna get this one, though. Oh, I got it! Tag, you're it. You boop Huntress on the shoulder when you find her. She high-fives you. Trying to date a young lady or just bro down all day. I'm good at hiding. I'm having a real blast. Thanks, I'll say it takes 10,000 hours of practice to be that good at good at something. 10,000 hours? Is it 10,000 hours? I thought it was 1,000. Hey, they do say it. It is 10,000 hours? Fuck me. That was fun, huh? I'll keep trying to just relax and have a good time. But that's really hard for me. Anytime I let my guard down, something terrible happens. Like what? Sometimes I find young girls in the wood, little perfect angels that need my protection, but if I turn my back for a moment, they wind up dying. That got dark, but you feel like Huntress wouldn't admit that this to just anyone. Oh look, Claudette and Diet are back. Okay, we swear we are here for a good reason this time, okay? Yeah, no more manipulating us this time. It's just time for dinner. Come get some grub. It's a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending the afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you are really feeling a whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time for dinner and get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Rafe is here too. We're not doing the gag where we cram all of them on screen this time again, so just believe me, they're all here. Just as sexy, demented, as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone's bringing a very being very careful to not offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I am surprised as you that these 4 are not falling for you. Blah, blah, blah. No, not being your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, Spirit seems to be the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart. She throws caution to the wind and speaks up. Ugh. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island. Aw. But hey, letting them have their moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. Clearly, I need a little bit. I need to do a little bit more to be part of this group, or I'll be forever alone. Aww. However, I don't eat. I do like being alone, so I don't care what the group has for dinner as long as we start with a shrimp cocktail. Saw it in a movie once. These ghosts turn shrimp cocktails into a haunted schizoid dance. I'm still working out how they did it. Okay. You mean beetle elk? Stop them from saying that. Beetle. The most rare and delicious type of shrimp. Beetle shrimp, is that a new species? Because I've hunted many beetle and many shrimp, and they never heard of a beetle shrimp. Of course you haven't. Like the spirit says, they've got a hypnotic power. Anyone who sees them soon forgets. Also something to do with dancing. I wasn't going to say that dumb. No, I was going to say excuse you, elk. Now you were saying, Trapper. You've done all you can. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to narrate us out of this somehow. Hold on. Are you afraid we might accidentally recite some spell or conjure a ghost? Because I hate to break it to you. You're a bit late for that. And giant swoops down and dropped the severed head on the table, distracting everyone. Trapper. Hey, I've never seen this particular severed head before. Wait, this time I'm being honest. Sorry, I'm not my finest work, but something had to be done. Gotta be careful about culture references getting mixed. We get mixed up with this is all. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like you to know. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, but how will you describe it to the others? Say too much, too little, could affect your standing with the group. Ooh, okay. Okay, but you just don't sit there and do nothing. Nothing is not an option. Brush it with that. That one's fun. Today was nuts. Huntress secret cabin. Crabs attacked us. It's true. I fell asleep. That would never have happened on my yacht. I grind them up. Much more satisfying way to kill crabs. At least those kinds of crabs. I have a little poem for the other kind too. The White and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone sits and eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now. They're all very tired. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's... What? That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica. Oh! That took me a minute. That took me a minute. Not a charming parody of David Sim to set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bon appetit. Bon. No. Almost everything we serve has lots of bones, even the vegetables. Excuse me? Impossible to avoid on this island. This island's a hell pit. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are raising. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, dust the crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Popped after surface, much appreciated. Back here. For us, just for doing the job, thank you kindly. Everyone, if you would please be so kind to follow us to the fire pit. We would greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen. Something to change. You can go willingly or unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice on how you said that, Dweeb? No. Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good, something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. Fire, I mean. I mean, not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. Finally, everybody starts moving towards the fire pit, if only to get away from Rafe's complaining. Yes. You take a seat comfortably on a comfortable log. Feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and you wait for the other killers to take their place, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will the narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place thoughts in your mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happened. Nothing happens. And something almost always is happening here. So nothing is probably not a great time. They're all staring at me. Oh, cool, and now everyone's looking at us. So, you know, do something. Should I pick somebody to tell a story, or go we play charades, boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? But I have no memories. How do I... Rafe points at his spine skull staff thingy-majig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoot lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. You can't tell if you're warm from the fire or your nerves heating up. I know that fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we could start to pretend it's not here. It doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Elka's about to make an important decision. Fine, I'll tell a story. Let's see how this goes. Fine, I'm gonna tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Okay, so what type of story do you tell? Adventure? Alright. Oh my god, okay. Alright, you like your Dwayne The Rock Johnson movies? How about some adventure? Now we're talking. It's not my favorite, but I respect your choice and will nod politely. You don't have to say that, Rafe. Just nod politely. Okay, ready? Here it goes. I really like to go fishing. Solid hobby. Great foundation for a story for sure. Pause. Everyone is waiting with bated breath. No pun intended. Oh, wait. That's it. Not... I thought my pun was better than the story. Is that all you have to say? No, you were kidding. No, I was just kidding. So what type of story do you want to tell? Do I have any stories? I don't have memory. A little personal. Okay, those types of tales are the best and often the most sad. Bit of a love story. It's about two strong hunters. Is it about two strong hunters who met when they were both trying to bludgeon the same silly wolf? Or about a deranged character who makes the only woman who ever believed in him witness a display of shocking violence. Not quite about my parents. They met at a party at college he was hosting. She'd been dragged there by some friends. Oh. They couldn't have been more different, and yet the night went on. They were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music. He took interest in her major, women's studies. Got married within 2 months. But soon to know if you can trust. That's a bit soon to know you can trust somebody, don't you think? A little bit. It's too sweet. Exactly. I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with somebody. 2 months is fucking short for a marriage. Love could spark from a look across a campfire. Now you got their attention. Each character fiercely attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Holy shit, I can't read. It's alarming, actually. Except for Trickster, who has headphones in, loudly playing his own music to drown you out. It's fair. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but you're actually quite bad at this. You look from killer to killers. Do Spirit. Suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you got out of anyone else in the group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead. I can't do anything about it. Called The Bride. Or technically, I suppose, fiance. One winter, a young couple decided next spring they would be married. Two were madly in love and could not wait the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest of bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful, shabby, chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. I'm not even going to attempt to read that because I have no idea what language that's from. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride or fiance, it'd be bride. Just bride. The whole fiance to bride thing, it's just bride at this point. I guess since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toed sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he definitely is not to be trusted. I feel targeted by this comment. Having to decide such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiance decided that she would create a unique floral arrangement from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. I mean, okay. As the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding, so that they would be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with an incredible variety of flowers in the woods, she surveyed the bride since they had surveyed the bride. That was a weird interjection. The bride, since they had not yet been married. Let me help you here, because my dyslexia is already kicking my ass. Enamored with incredible variety of flowers in the woods, she surveyed the bride, becoming obsessed with knowing just how many there were, so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally comes, the bride told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand to run before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods. To gather the flowers, treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in the basket. However, when she came into a familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow it was more beautiful than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful she became dizzy just looking at them. But the bride ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping the flower after flower. Every time she did, she noticed just further ahead and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the bride crept further and further into the woods until she turned the corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she had been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems, festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where a scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew had now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into the shadowy gleam, she walked and walked and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the bride was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree lines, into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The bride stayed a bride for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by her never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are. Out there all alone, I thought it was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. How was story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end of the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I am much more of a fan of episodic style storytelling. I know knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off of an individual installment and builds up greater scenes of the community between the audience and the creator. Tell me, Elk, if you could delete any sequel in existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. Damn. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment for the evening. God forbid my small talk get in the way of romantic twilight moment. Dwight, I'm going to need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay. You have fun tonight. Try not to end up dead. Why did you say the words wink wink out loud? And what kind of double entendre are you getting at end up dead? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Trapper has a triple-digit kill count because he killed over 100 people in a mining accident. Keep that in mind. Well, except for Spirit, she really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear somebody trash-talking Spirit deal me in? What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I could soak the bod and roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough about talking about burns, things that are lit, or getting blazed. That's enough of these activities. It's enough that these activities have literally set to a fire surrounding figurative flames as well. What if we... Hey, Ed! Ugh! A lot of reading. What if we turned and ran away far from this place as we could, just you and me? On those spindly legs? Yes, somebody roast Rafe and the fact that he's built like a goddamn cartoon character. Man's like 95% leg. He's that one Family Guy episode where it's just a head on legs. Fuck, if I had a picture of it, I'd just show it. Oh, hide and seek with Huntress is dizzying as fuck, by the way. I know what you're talking about where you said there's a part that's really dizzying. The spindly legs. You'd probably get tired before you get too far if it's running away to someplace secluded. Because after, they would obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but it's because I choose to move slowly for stealth reasons. It's my own choice and completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other after creating drama? Or each other and creating drama. I'm so over it all. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions for all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade, drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through the public domain novella printed on recycled paper. I refuse to play their games anymore. Like she's actually trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really? Despite Trapper's insatiable archetype, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or you heard him. I'm just saying, we have may not get a ton of chances to date around. This time, murder item comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either. but what's this streaming reality TV show boom happening? It's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick, excluding Trickster because, that guy? I'm gonna pick Spirit. Just because I haven't picked Spirit yet. Picked me? Wait, what's with this face? I picked you. Go be a sad sack somewhere else. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. Well, no shit, it's sarcasm, but she was all lonely and pouting about it. You can't be lonely and pouting, and then when somebody wants to hang out with you, you be a sarcastic ass about it. You make for an interesting companion, and I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and the prize, but I had a long day. Loading, subverting, expediting. She's the cough GF, what do you expect? Not wrong. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine the sweet, sweet revenge of it. It takes me back a lot. So don't stop, bring your A game, alright? Might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task, not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you got. Oh my god. Or just saying the exact same thing at the right time could melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. So, see you at the bar, I guess. You arrive to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers, surrounded by a bevy of bottles and of assorted boozes. Who's ready? Get wasted. Well, I don't drink, so not me. Then why did you come to the bar? Really don't drink ever? It's like... Is that like... Because it would just fall out of a hole in your stomach or something? Okay. I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is poison of the body and mind. And I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time. Then why did you come... Then why did you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of date is just an excuse to get loaded up with booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these. Dwight, you know that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot into the stem using only your tongue. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who ordered the soda with a splash of private business because that's off the menu? Well, I know what I'm drinking tonight. No, I'm drinking. Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed. By your father. On whom you will have your bloody vengeance. Right. Well, so be it. How about elk? Do you drink? She said no to drinking, so I'll stay sober. Got the impression that tonight will be the night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm going to pass on alcoholic beverages. Yeah. Alcohol's a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. You watch as Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs it with a plastic sword through it. Stab. Cherry juice splatters everywhere. It's a little fruity. Guts flop out on Spirit's laps. Oopsie. On the upside's wearing black. It hardly shows stains. Hey, can I click those? Okay, no. No take backsies. So lovebirds, what do you think? What drink shall we make? The fuck is a zombie? Okay, I have never heard of the drink called a zombie. Dark and Stormy, I think I know what it is. I think that's a rum drink. What the fuck is a zombie? Okay, a zombie is light rum, gold rum, unsweetened pineapple juice, a fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice, passion fruit syrup, simple syrup, aromatic bitters, and a 151 proof dark rum. Holy shit. You turn into a zombie after drinking this. Holy fuck. Dark and stormy drink for my dark and stormy date. Look at that. Okay, that one is cute. Please allow me to demonstrate how the dark and stormy is made. First, rum, or in this case, rum extract, and a bit of alcohol juice poured over ice. And then a fresh ginger beer is added in. Garnish with a lime wheel, and drink. The end. Do you think you're up to the challenge of replicating that recipe, Elk? Replicating rum substitute and ginger beer over ice. Don't forget the lime wheel. Over ice with a lime wheel. Not sure if I appreciated your tone, but yes, you got it. You're a natural. A sassy natural. You and Dwight might have more in common than... Don't you dare. Spirit seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips her dark and stormy. She's not even rolling her eyes at your petty behavior. On cue, a literal dark storm begins to make its way from the ocean. You taste your own dark and stormy as you watch the clouds approach. It is quite refreshing. Isn't it fun? Honestly, it's the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here. Not wrong. Instead, she picked a simple but delicious drink. We've got plenty of time left to relax. Want to make out a little? You breathe in a sip of your drink and immediately begin coughing before you can get a yes out. Lightning strikes the palm tree on the beach and immediately starts a fire. The activity ends as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. The gang's all together on the volleyball court. Seems like yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everybody get sweaty. That's because it was. Oh, it feels like I've been here a lot longer than that, actually. It's so late, the sun's already beginning to rise. Better get this over quickly so that you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend eternal damnation of perpetual narrator. Good thing you really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psycho bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. Anyways, gather on the volleyball court and a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who chooses. Fuck me. Who's ready for round robin? Who round are we talking? How round are we talking? No, not to eat. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. Alright. No particular order, which is weird. Which is a weird thing to mention. Almost like order does matter. Rafe, why don't you go first? You look like you'd hate that. Stop talking. Sorry, anyways, Rafe. Well, I don't know. I'd really prefer just to tell Elk privately. I don't really know how it's gonna work with these game mechanics. Just noticed. I just noticed the art change on his face. What if you just whispered it to Elk? Rafe considers that for a long moment. Too long. That's fine. Without moving, Rafe lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow, we have to find my bell. Isn't his bell what he uses to travel into, like, the spirit world or whatever the fuck? I don't remember his mechanics or his lore. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's gonna be really special, the kind of thing where we really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. And maybe then we can go on a real date. Can I do anything with this, or is that just... Okay, I guess not. You done? Is that it? Rafe nods, proud. Okay. Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. She stole the yacht? What was that? Your yacht got jacked, bitch. Nothing, go away. Then boy, oh boy, I've got an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure. Okay. What kind of treasure are we looking for? Guess you'll have to pick me to find out. Tell you it's primo stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing because it's clear already you're going to pick me. Confident, mysterious, I like it. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable and not, and not only in polite society, but in the narrative of this in-world event as a larger metaverse of Dead by Daylight dating sim? Something you just gotta say. Why, yes, thank you. I'd love to. Oh, God. So, if you're thinking of picking me, well, this is your final version. Pick me, be punished, and rewarded. Tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this much: I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if you're not a maggot, also everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Great. Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning. Did that bug? I read this already. What was that? Nothing, go away. Boy, adventure plan for the evening. What kind of treasure are we looking for? Criminal stuff. Confident, mysterious, I like it. And... Did Huntress go twice? Have a swell night. Did you two forget to mention something? Oh gosh, how could we forget? Before you run off, slumber peacefully. There's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody will be complete without singling out one of our 4 contestants already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up, I've been trying the entire time. I'm just now finding about this. Come on, the signs were everywhere. You just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderer's Island. Now the time is to eliminate one of our killers. It's like butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but you can break their heart. Do you dare even try? You mean... That's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic. Because it's surprising. Because it's the classic reversal of fate. And if you hurt somebody's feelings, someone dangerous, what's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you'd see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats, and I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. Get rid of Wraith. You might cry. Though I totally support normalizing men crying. Being vulnerable, it just seems like he'd be an ugly crier. Huntress, she might pretend she's okay with it. But then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is I don't envy you, boss. So, who are you eliminating? I'll eliminate Trapper, I suppose. Very simple, Trapper. You scared the living shit out of me, you're eliminated. That's fair. He understands. Honestly, though, I don't care. You suck! But not in a good way. You just bore me. Personality-free maggot. I wouldn't even have fun to kill you. Just totally gonna do tomorrow the first chance I got, so really, this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you, though. I had a principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open and have fun on your date tomorrow. You've broken the heart of someone heartless. You should get some shut-eye. And don't worry much about the broken heart you've left behind, because of course they'll be receiving consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Elk when this is over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending the eliminated player home with... They're mostly new trickster potty pillow. Next best thing with a real trickster, it might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try to stab you. And how do we know? Because we tried it. That's right, Dwight tested. Claudette approved. I hope you sleep well tonight. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. Now you can sleep tonight knowing you've done. No, not because of the guilt. Because, I mean, knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two schedule. Wow, what a crazy way to end the day in elimination. I didn't even know it was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially our loser. Send on. I can't help. I have fake arms and legs that go until they stop. What? I knew he had a connection. We had a connection the moment I saw them through my mask. Oh, it doesn't auto scroll. You can never be sure what's going on in a newcomer's mind, but I like my odds for tomorrow. It's so fun hunting for love and not food, or vengeance, or a change.
I don't really know what's happening here. I honestly haven't been paying attention. Fair. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Focusing on other things, more important things. It's fair. One way or another, I won't be here much longer. Trapper. I don't handle rejection well. At least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, I think the more I think about it, the angrier I get. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Turn off the camera. I don't think there was a chance. Did I think there was a chance I'd be eliminated? Yeah, I did. Did I care if I got eliminated? Not even a little. Does the volume of my words I spend talking about how much I don't care about things signify a deeper yearning within me to be seen and heard and validated by those around me? Nah. What? No, you're not a part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not part of anything, you feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine, not even... I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute, though. Charmingly low-budget, old-school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie, kinda wish I hadn't been so busy right now. I definitely would be down for reality-style dating competition with survival elements. I got my new album coming up for upcoming tour, finalizing my new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing all these private gigs all over on IP Island. My dude, you gotta come and check it out. IP Island is dope. It's where real killers are, hanging out, fully licensed, no legal drama, no lawyers. Take a hike. I'm gonna tell everyone that Trickster said that about them, don't worry. I'm talking your favorite established characters from all over pop culture. It can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention them, like Ghostface. Don't you say it, look! We get it. You're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface! Come on. Whatever, I don't even care. I'm the Trickster. See you around, Elk. You too, narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes, seriously. They don't pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? What? No! How is it your turn? You're sentient water. How are you even sitting in the chair? What's a chair? It's the thing you're getting all wet. Now it's gonna smell like mildew. Okay, rude. Fine, let's just get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in. Check-in? I was looking for the bathroom. Bathroom? Seriously? Down the hall to the left. What the fuck? It's okay, never mind. Never mind, what the fuck does that mean? No, not you two. It wasn't even meant to be... This wasn't meant to be confessional time for literally every character in the fucking game. It's okay. We don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight. We want to sit down somewhere. The chair's wet. Yeah, I think the ocean just peed on it. How is that possible? You know what? I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh, great. What's it gonna be this time? You ate glue in 2nd grade? You cheated on an algebra test once? Watching Trapper getting eliminated was the first time in our unending spiral staircase of pain that is my life that I have felt a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, this sun, these sweet sugary drinks, it sounds fun for a long weekend, but for eternity, the unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves, wailing seagulls, it's incendiary song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe, why I'm here, why any of us are here, what kind of sentient being would do this. Please erase me from existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment. Let my soul be free. And please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I have to wake up. Yes, that was a pretty weird way to end. Oh well. What are you going to do? You let the cameras roll long enough, someone is bound to say something crazy. Anyways. Seems like everyone has their shot to annoy me tonight. So hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be a doozy. Preach, Dwight, preach. Okay. Let's see. Can I... Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save and change to normal Dead by Daylight. Because I need a break from reading. I've been reading for what feels like fucking 3 hours straight. And the dyslexia is kicking my ass. That route was almost over, though. I just need, like, a 30-minute break or something. So I'm gonna do a few games to the point to where I don't feel like I'm losing my voice. I was shocked I went that long. Or I was able to go that long. Because it's starting to struggle to read. Oh, damn. I gotta turn that off. That's gonna cause issues. As you can see, my frames are dropping. Ugh. No, I can only read for so long. I already got, what, 3 hours in? Yeah. Shit. I might have to get more water at some point, too. So I'm already almost done with my water. And I brought like a liter of water. I brought like 2 liters of water over. But I'm constantly having to drink the not sound scratchy. So we'll just play until I get to the next grade. Which realistically is like 2 or 3 games. And then we'll go back. I told you I wasn't going to be able to do it in one whole sitting. Or I might, actually I might break it up into 2 streams. Play this for about 30 minutes. Rest my voice for a little bit and then come back. So I still want to be able to stream tomorrow for sure. Because tomorrow's going to be a long stream of just playing Wesker. To be honest.
You be doubting, so don't doubt in my head. Just say what should be said. We can sit and talk about something happening now, not just hollow vows. But I just worry about it, about giving up. How can I go without it? The doubt will push you.
I forgot. We're like super close to the goal, aren't we? This is the nurse's map, if I do recall. But I think I hit everybody here. Nope. Bolt, damn it. Thank you for revealing yourself. I mean, if you want to burn all your pallets, go for it. That's an infinite, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Because there's no way I can catch up if I do, if I vault it. Wait. Oh, they cleansed both of my totems already? That sucks. Damn, that I was almost certain that would have hit. Really? That's not a hit? I want a refund. Yeah, they instantly got rid of my Huntress's Lullaby, so I'm just kind of fucked. This is a bad map for hexes, just in general. What? You got that dead hard? She must have dead hearted just to be safe. Oh my god. Yeah, I just didn't have enough gen slowdown to actually be a threat. Damn. Very rough first game. Yeah, you're not getting that blind. Okay. The rest escape. Not much I could do about it. I just played very bad on this map. Happen. It happens. But they got rid of both my totems, like, instantly. Which really, really sucks for this build. Because I kind of need it. And they opened both doors, too. It's for more pallets to break to make up points. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate. They were just popping gens super fast, not much I could really do about it. Fucking... Prove Thyself might need nerfed. Otherwise, like, gen regression builds are going to probably come back. And that's not fun for anybody. Yeah, we'll do a game as Pyramid Head.
Please evacuate. This is not a drill. Warning. Please evacuate. This is not a drill. Warning. 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 Warning.
Actually, I might just... I'll actually wrap up for now. And come back later. Get some rest. So I can continue. Because I want to refresh for the rest of it. Because it's hard for me to go for long periods just reading. So I'll be back. I'll probably rest for like 2.5 hours and then come back. Something like that. But I'll be back in about 2.5 hours. So I hope to see y'all then. I'll catch you later.